Can we see from there? Okay, I had to change the angle and else I had to pick a knife. Well, you can't push the camera around button while the thing's recording. It doesn't flip cameras and stay recording. So there's that, why I pushed it off in the first place. And secondly, I figured, well, I'm not just going to stand at the knives for 35 seconds. Well, it takes me like time enough to pick one and gather the courage for it. So I have a Michael Myers from Laurel. I use them. I don't throw them away. They came in for better than just turkey. Now this is the node it's growing on. So I'm going to, and this is one node below. So I'm going to go ahead and go up about a half, and then just dig in. See, one that's the node it's growing on. That's one node below. So I'll go up about half and just dig in. Then. There we go. I'm gonna make a straight cut. Yeah. At least don't cut off my finger now. So that's the inside of a San Pedro Princess Blue. And you don't want to eat that because it's too firm. You can chew on it like you would a sugar cane, like a raw sugar cane. You just take, you strip it from its thick skin, and you put it in there and you bite down nice and slow, like you're at the dentist. And then you go and you suck all that cane juice in, right? And then you open up the teeth and pull it out like you were chewing on a dip pouch or something. You put it in, don't swallow it, right? There's too much fiber. That's what this is like, the very inside. There's so much fiber in there, you don't want to chew and swallow. You just chew and swallow the juices. Or you clench and swallow the juices. Clench and suck and swallow the juices. It's filthy, dude. This stuff here, say, is alright for eating like it's a spicy cucumber. It tastes like a cucumber that sat in gasoline and then was rinsed. So it still has some like weird spice to it, but it doesn't have the intoxicating gasoline fumes. But it does when it's raw, It does when it's raw. Sort of. It has its own sort of fumes to it. Me, I'll probably eat the center, chew on the very center, and the skins will dry out. But that's the reason we cut it off, for growing. What are you gonna do with the extra stuff? Maybe just eat it. It's not really enough to get. See, the mescaline intoxication they're talking about when you eat a cactus, like eating cactuses, is like you need a full foot of fruit to get the intoxication that they don't want people to be intoxicated like. How? You stay stoned for about 2 or 3 weeks, perpetually, as if you had a 6-pack a day every day, or like a 12-pack every single day, like a beer every single day for 3.5 weeks straight. You'll be stoned drunk same time for like 2.5 or 3 weeks if you eat a full foot long fruit, is what they were trying to say. So if you just eat a little bit, like not enough to trip, you can get slightly high from it. You'll get buzzing. Probably not against the law. If you were just to eat that and plant that, something similar, with being respectful to like why the laws are in place and things, probably not against the law for a little bit of tasting. Consumption, probably against the law in general, but a little bit of tasting, like if I were to go like this, interesting, and contemplate getting permissions for consumption, might be okay. I think they don't do it right, personally, at Native American Church in general, because they give you like a boiled down super duper strong version of just a cactus. What if I just eat the fruit like cucumber? And they're like, nah. You have to boil freaking 15 cactuses, and after you blend them and ice them and mix them with like another 25 different herbs, and then give you a cup this big but they make you drink the whole cup, and they make you do things with your body, like lay down and listen to this and smell that and go through questions these ways. It's screwy. It's screwy. I don't think they do it right at Native American church ceremonies generally. I just don't. I think you could just eat it like a cucumber and enjoy it at first, and then it's like, okay, well, that's your smallest dose, like a cucumber slice of San Pedro, or half a cucumber slice of San Pedro. Did you like that? If you like that, try eating more. If you like that, try eating more. And eventually, you'll be comfortable eating a full 12-inch cactus. But you'd need permissions for that, yeah, or maybe even 6 inches of consumption. But when you say, oh yeah, I want permissions, and you get permissions, and you've never tried it before or anything like it, and they give you the ceremony guy with all sorts of tribal this and that's, it's not so good for the brain. And they always give you a huge dose where you'll be stoned for like 2.5 weeks, and it's a turnoff. It's not appropriate. If you're in your own personal set and setting, you might have a better time personally. Well, it's neat. It's neat that it's revered. I'm gonna pop that off and put it in water, or put the whole thing in water. Probably the whole thing in water with a glass. It's neat that it's a spiritual substance. I think that's neat, but from personal experience, I don't agree with it all the way. It's not gonna float. There's too much water in there. Because I don't want the node to be submerged, but whatever it's drinking out of should be. There you go. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Where can you see it from the top of the coffee maker? Yeah, you got water up to there, and then I don't know, quarter inch, and then it's growing. That should last. Now all the fruit inside there will rot off. What I could do even is set it down. Exciting. Set it down and chop it in half. Oof. This is boogers. It's got slime to it, like spider webs, slimy, sticky, slimy string, vagina goop, something similar. And I got a bite, except for the very top of it, and that's got a skin too. So I'll just kind of scrape that a little. Ow! Probably just chew. I'll chime in and what? I got a barbershop section where I was shaving. About 15 minutes. This one has been about less than 10, so I could even bring you to the bar and I'll smoke with it. Why not? Set this back quick. Sorry. No. Freezer. I'll thaw it and dry it. And chips? No, I don't smoke them. I don't know. Because the laws are so vague. I know sometimes it's illegal and sometimes it isn't, and I have permissions to grow it, to sell it, to buy it. And to possess it, right? But they said consumption is vague. And I might want to ask Native American Church for ceremonial permissions. I'm not an alcoholic, but I smoked a pack a day for 12 years. 75,000 single Native American cigarettes. Natural American spirits is how they're pronounced, right? Right. My skin turns red and black like freaking Darth Maul from Star Wars. But not striped, no. He looks like Balthazar from Tron. You know, got stripes on him like a tiger. Splotches sometimes like a cheetah. Black splotches. I have one picture with my elbow like this, and I was showing a bicep like that. Except it was looked like this a little bit. and you could see the black skin from about here all the way up to there. It was like someone had tattooed a black spot on me as if I was a cheetah. Or I'd smudged the whole elbow and to bicep and forearm in graphite. It was strange. I looked at it, I was like, oh shit, my black skin a little bit. Well, for 16th mile nuclear submersible parking dock track, right? In the former location that's a bit closer, the man upstairs was working for the government, and he said, don't take so many YouTubes or the Facebooks or the internets, anything. Yeah, it was very restricted in using this. So without the video selfies, I went and found the black skin. It took 3 or 4 years, and eventually I caught one picture, but it was with a separate camera that, I don't know. And maybe it was me too, because I was under risperidone for a while, and then when I got used to it, my skin started showing its Native American sides again. I switched to Vraylar about 2 years ago. I've had 710, more like 680 Vraylars, 4 milligram. And the skin really started to more and dry itself. Well, sometimes it's black like the night sky, like a flat black, pitch black. But other times it's burgundy red like Santa Claus jacket. Burgundy red, or flat black, yeah. And sometimes it's both. So I had one good picture like 7 years ago in my arm. And that led into like fbook.dc4 opened up in 2011, and I kept it empty and I kept it clean for 9 years. I only started pushing onto it, filing onto it, and it was December 2019. That's right. It might be another 29 section, 15. And my double down in the morning for sunset, sunrise. So I mentioned some interesting things, and they said, well, what could be more interesting than the selfies of norms? I said, along that chapter, in my mind, I thought mescaline cactus, but that was after 5 or 6 other things that I just brought up. My racial makeup, majority, besides the Native American stuff, my majority racial makeup is 30% Southern Arctic Northern Scandinavia. Land of the polar bear, like Svalbard Isle, above Norway, Sweden, and Finland. And that's what the race of people that I make up 30% of my person come from. Where do I live? In Connecticut. It's like southern New England. It's like central to southern New England. Yeah. They call it the dirty south. But around here it's the north. It's like a southern north. So in Sweden it's like it's a deep south. It's Sweden's deep south, is how they said before. Well, Sweden was here. It showed up in 1750. 1740, and 6 generations back on my dad's side, 1770, he shows up from Stockholm and fights Sons of Liberty to find the USA. Yeah, well, the family stayed there for 6 generations, here, for 6 generations. He made a 10,000 square foot, married a Mohegan lady, and they made Toole, who fought in the Civil War. They made Werner, that built the electric boat. They made Silva, that fought in World War II, and my pa and I are still alive, and we had to fight in World War III's. It was an option. It was an option we took, yeah. Didn't have to. Almost had to. I got a draft notice. Better safe than sorry, side the draft notice, or you have to go to jail for 2 years. You'll be a felon for the rest of your life. So I bulked up. I squat up. I signed my draft notice, and then I fucking sat on my ass going, oh my God, I hope nobody kills me. I never had to go anywhere or do anything. Really. The pa, he had to work for Big Brother. Uncle Sam, the government. Yeah. Well, he looked at jobs and he looked at jobs and he was like, these guys pay a whole hell of a lot more than these Green Party jobs. It's like, well, we could use the money. I can't really work very well. Okay. I mean, he could have made $30 an hour while I made $10 an hour. My mom made $9 an hour plus tips doing a waitress thing. And my brother worked $10 an hour. We could have done that as a family unit. But he's like, these guys pay $300 an hour. I don't really agree with it. They make weapons of mass destruction. They offered me. It's like, yeah, sure. I cast vote. Yeah, sure. Why not? Work for them. They're right over there. It's like a walking distance almost. If there wasn't a river and traffic in the way, I could just walk there from my backyard and be like, oh, hey, what are you guys doing? Atomic bombs? Like Hiroshima? Okay. Hey, you want to stand around with a gun for like 9 to 5 Monday through Friday? We'll give you $400 an hour. Um, yeah, sure, why not? I would have if I was offered. Instead, it was the man upstairs. You want to be a cyber security specialist and just work firewalls for high-tech informations about the nuclear submersible accessories? $300 an hour? Why not? It's America, for crying out loud. Just got, no, it was very sad seeing the Pentagon explode in the Manhattan, the skyscrapers and shit. If you aren't there and you're throwing an opinion, just cash out now. You'll lose your bet. Defense for patriotic reasons. Me? Defense. I'm not a security of the intellect best of geniuses and internets. No. No. If I was, yeah, sure. Instead, I stand around in three-piece leather Teflon, lifting 1,100 pounds, weighing 150, enough to take a bullet for some. Almost like as if I had a machine gun with my name on it at the armory down the road. How much did I make? It looks spectacular on a resume. 20 years defense, 10 years over the age of 18, another 7 behind it. And now I'm 30, so I say it looks good on the resume. It does. Money, you really want to know how much I made? It was $20 a day, and a day was considered between 6 and 72 hours. Yeah, I didn't mind because I got to work right next to my pa, who was making something like $300 an hour. Okay, but he's a scientist. Okay, but I'm a hurly burly man, you know. What tough cookie, huh? A son's a bitch. No, that was life over there. This past 2 years I've been sitting. Because I was just standing for 10 years. I'm sitting for 2 years, and then maybe 6 months or whatever, I'll be laying down. Or standing again. I'm not sure. Well, I got a mailbox here, right? And accommodations, accreditaments for deeds and services previously rendered might show up in the mailbox. Checks, vacation slips. I've gotten some perks and upsides already, but there was a delay. No, it was a surprise and a delay. COVID-19, yep, fucked up everything for me. I held the job. No, it was Giant Fabrics. The store closed. Okay. I held the job, right? It was supposed to be my career. Got hired as Mohegan policeman. But I couldn't work that position yet. I had to work the Mohegan janitor for 3 months or 1/4 year, transfer to Mohegan security for 3 months or 1/4 year, and then transfer to Mohegan PD for my life, for a lifelong career. That's what I did for 9 to 5, ages 30 to 55. I can't. I quit. Okay, so I quit before COVID-19 because I found a half-pound of cocaine and a four-finger, like a 3-ounce bag or a 4-ounce bag of heroin. What happened? I had only been working there 3 months and they didn't treat me right. And then an employee flashed me a shiv after I found the cocaine. An employee flashed me a shiv after I found the heroin. I said, there's still crooked employees here. I've been saying that how since I got here. There's still crooked. No, those weren't the only two fines. It's like every day you're walking to cocaine and heroin. At that particular casino, it was scary because all I had was not even a fucking CB or anything to call these assholes in. I have diabetes. Yeah, right. How many of you motherfuckers have diabetes at goddamn casino? Almost none of them. You know how many goddamn needle boxes are full of all sorts of shit? It's gross. The place was for suck. I would have cleaned RAF. Yeah, I would have cleaned RAF. And I was going to reapply this year. The COVID-19 bumped me out. They said, don't work. Here's $500 a week for sitting on your ass from unemployment. I said, okay. I would have made less than that at the casino, so 500 a week is no skin off my bones. I'll just do nothing. Nothing from nothing comes nothing. Well, then I'll spend some money. Great, that's what it's for anyway. It's stimulus money, so the economy would reboot. Great. So and then they took that away a couple months later. And they said, it'll be back. Don't worry. Don't get a job. It'll be back. And now they said, what? A $400 extra on top of my unemployment, which is nice. It'll be like $400 a week for sitting on my ass until Christmas. Oh yeah, the fam gonna get some nice Christmas presents this year. No worries. Well, most of it, the whole work, is turn a blind eye, let someone else do it, and if push comes to shove, call the security and they'll get in touch with the police. Unless it's a severe emergency, and then call the police. And I was underqualified. I thought maybe I'll go to some civil service policeman trainings. Maybe I'll go to this, something else's trainings of that and the other thing. And I'll do that while I'm a janitor, and I'll do that while I'm security, and then I'll do that while I'm on the rookie list of, just barely made the cut for Mohegan PD, and it didn't work out. So I thought, well, I'll reapply and I'll try the same steps again, because now at least I know that I'm going to run into a whole lot of narcotics very, very often. Prostitution was another thing, but I hadn't walked into a threat level red incident of prostitution. Just 5 or 6 or 15 separate minor incidences of prostitution. No, I didn't like it. I didn't agree with it. I thought that particular reservation land should be for the endangered people known as the Lenni-Lenape of the Mohegan tribe. And they said, well, yeah, it's that, and it's a casino, and a hotel. I thought that's great. Casino, hotel, endangered reservation land. The endangered peoples of the endangered people of southeastern Connecticut that are a near extinct human race, that's number one priority, right? They wouldn't tell me then, they don't tell me now. So I'm a little bit offended, because I wanted to collect checks from that tribe, but if the money is really filthy, dirty, garbage, I might not. I might abstain. So